government is investing just over $1 million to make Barbadian homes storm-resistant ahead of the hurricane season, which begins in 3 months. The money, which is coming from the Catastrophe Fund, will result in 5,000 hurricane strap kits being procured for distribution to those living below the poverty line.
This is a hurricane strap here, just like this, and you can see it has screws in it. It goes on essentially to the rafters and to the ring beam, and it helps to hold the rafter of your roof down. And you put on 4 of these at the 4 corners of the house, together with what's called a cross beam. Now, it isn't absolutely that will absolutely save every single roof, but it will significantly add to the resilience of your roof.
And while government is hoping to provide a total of 10,000 kits free of cost to the most vulnerable, Senior Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Dr. William Duguid, is stressing the importance of the average Barbadian purchasing a kit and securing their home. A kit will cost about $250.
It's not inexpensive. They're significant. It's a significant amount of money, but it is still something in comparison to what you'd be spending if you have to replace a roof or replace rafters. And whether you like it or not, if you lose a roof or part of your roof, then you know what happens? The internal parts get damaged, and that becomes much, much more expensive. So sometimes spending $250, even if you're not a person under the poverty line, to save on your cost should you have damage, it is a good investment in your house.
On the cultural front, Cabinet has approved the calendar for the season of emancipation, which will begin on April 14th and conclude on August 27th. Minister in the Prime Minister's Office with responsibility for culture, Senator Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight, shared details on what's to be expected.
We will be returning to the full gamut of the crop over calendar and events that we're accustomed to. So that means that this year, unlike last year, we will see again Junior Kadooment will be on the calendar. Last year we moved to Pandemonium, and that was extremely successful, so that will return.
Perhaps one of the most asked questions will be about the Grand Kadooment route on August 7th. And while Cabinet has made a decision, it will not be announced until next week.
We have committed to our stakeholders a process of dialogue, and Cabinet made that decision just yesterday. We do want to have the opportunity to go back to our stakeholders to have some discussions with them so that they are comfortable, and together then we will, by very early next week, be making an announcement on the crop over route.
And in sports, Cabinet has approved the new national sports policy, which aims to use sports for social development and economic prosperity. Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment Charles Griffith highlights some of the objectives.
To develop the development of a sporting economy, the development of sustainable high-performance systems, and we will work in concert with the University of the West Indies. We will work in concert with those coaches who are functioning at that level to ensure that we have absolute podium finishes going forward.
And as it relates to the National Stadium, negotiations are at the advanced stage, and when signed off, the demolition of the existing stadium is to commence in a matter of months. Those are some of the major announcements coming out of today's post-Cabinet media briefing.